Can you hear me? Yo, do you hear me? I can see you.
Is that right?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have it right. How you going? Yeah, what are you drinking? Coffee?
I'm drinking coffee. It's the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna have a glass of prosecco,
Ooh, very nice.
but I was thinking, nah, I'm just gonna stay to the water because it'll put me to bed. You know what I mean? I'll probably fall asleep. So what do? Do you record it? It records. Does it?
Recording. It's now. It's happening right
Right.
now. This is it. This is happening right now.
Okay, this is the part. Right. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. See, now there's pressure. Now I'm in the thing.
I know.
I'm in the thing.
That's what I know. Oh, I shouldn't have said it.
Now I said. Now we have to start.
Hey, okay.
Okay. So what is going on in Melbourne? Tell me about Melbourne.
In terms of what, like COVID?
Tell me about your life. What do you do?
Well, just work my fast food job, and then when I get home, straight into it, write out what I have to do for art, get into that, kind of work until like 2 a.m, go to bed, repeat. Obviously, like this whole COVID stuff is a bit different because you can't really plan out your days.
Sure.
Because you could just get an itch to go to Woolies. Oh, do you have Woolies?
What's a Woolies?
Well, it's like Woolworths. We have it's like the big shopping center, like not shopping center, like the big grocery store.
Okay. Yeah.
So in this COVID thing, you could just get an itch to want to go Woolies because you can't do anything else. You can only grocery shop. So you never know with this whole thing. Like sometimes I'm in the zone, sometimes I'm not.
Now,
but from here, we never think of it.
Who's talking?
Hey?
Who's going to be talking?
I know that whole thing. Okay, you go.
Have you done these? I've been on a Zoom. This is I think my third time doing it, and every time it's just been that people talking, and then it just crashes, and it's like, all right, that's it. I'll just text you.
Okay, no, you go. I've never done this.
You've never done a video chat on a Zoom?
Oh yeah, not a Zoom.
Okay,
but because this is new to me, this Zoom thing.
Look out the window. You got nice Canadian colors there. It's fall.
Wow.
Got the leaves are changing.
Yeah, that looks nice outside.
It's good.
Is it true that Canada, sorry, is like a lot of maple syrup? Is it a big thing?
That tree I just showed you, that's a maple tree, and the guy who used to own the house here, he tapped them, so I could potentially make maple syrup from the tree.
You're kidding.
But it's
okay.
It's a very big process, I think, where you have to pull out all the stuff, then you boil it for days and all this. But I think that's a thing that people think about Canada outside of Canada, maple syrup.
Yeah.
Do you have maple syrup in Australia?
We have it, but that's what I think about the Canada thing. Because they'll have some maple syrups, they say 100% from Canada or something Canadian. Someone was like, what is that? Because I didn't know if it was exclusively Canadian.
We have a maple leaf on the flag. It's like maple tree.
Yeah, because that looked like a beautiful tree, but
yeah, it's a nice big old.
It's huge.
I'm afraid to do it, because when you have to put a plug in it, and I tap it, and then you pour the stuff out and collect it in buckets, and just pours all this sap out that you would boil down into syrup. But I'm afraid I'm going to kill it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kill the tree. I think if you over tap it, you'll kill the tree, and then you're just not going to have trees in the back. And there's people doing it professionally down the road. You just buy it. But
yeah.
I don't know.
It's only like $2.50 or something like that.
There we go. Good chat.
Yeah, that was good.
That was it. Okay,
so I have a couple. That's it?
That's all I wanted to talk about. I don't know about you.
I have some few questions. Okay. I was going to say.
Okay.
That'd be pretty.
ask me a question, then I'll ask you a question. I'll come up with a question too. You go ahead.
Okay. So I had like, how'd you come up with the name? Because I've always wondered that.
The band name?
Yeah, the name Singleaf. How did you
tell
come up with that?
Can't tell you.
You can't tell me that.
Can't tell you. Nobody knows.
That's a grave one.
My wife doesn't know.
Because it is pretty ominous.
Yeah. It's funny though, because now with the internet, like hashtags and things, if a single is a hashtag, it actually means single as fuck. So that's what children use it for now. So I think I've had people
That's so funny.
I'm referencing that. It's like, oh, he's single as well. Like, he's single. And this was from way before. This was a way of speaking to each other, like a hashtag.
That's so funny. That's actually so funny because I think I saw the hashtag and it had like heaps of posts and I was like, oh, wow, he's got a few on there.
Having a glass
but it's all about this
on Friday night. Hashtag Singleaf.
That's so funny.
At the label there, they're just like, it's brutal. It's brutal trying to make any sort of post about the music or anything because it's just these piles
of single people.
Yeah. Okay. What I asked you about Melbourne. What about? Okay, so when you're drawing, so you get home from work and you want to draw.
Yeah.
You somewhat ritualistic about it? Do you have a way that you go about it? Do you have a specific place you like to be, specific thing you like to do? Do you set up your space to kind of get into the mindset of drawing? Is there any sort of order to the way that you set up a session?
Yeah, well, I started off like everything I've ever done, art-wise or music, art-wise or animation-wise, has always been based off music. Right. So when I do any type of art, I have to be listening to music. If I'm not listening to music, I can't get in the zone. Mm-hmm. I can't fully get in. So I do that. Recently, I've, but and even that music, it has to be loud. Like it has to be, I'm blocking everything else out.
Right.
And I'm really, because music, it just inspires me so much, even more than if I watch a cartoon or if I watch, a movie, which is rare for me these days. I just don't have time to watch a movie or a cartoon anymore. I just don't have time. But, yeah, and recently, funny enough, I'll listen to like Howard Stern or something.
Okay.
It's been a new thing for me. I mean, I don't know much about Howard Stern, but the people he has on his shows and stuff I find hilarious sometimes. So I just sit there listening, and I could listen to people talking and just, straight, you know what I mean, heaps of art, just pump it out. So, yeah. That's kind of my
occupies a part of your brain, like when you got like your monkey mind that's like bouncing around, and then like you can take part of it and occupy that with the voice or like music, and then the part your drawing bit then is free to not be distracted. Yeah, that maybe.
Well, definitely. I mean, I've never done psychology, so I wouldn't fully know.
Normally,
but like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never thought of it that way because I always thought I just love music, but
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting for me because I've never thought of it like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. This is a bit of an interesting one. If you could make a sing-leaf cocktail,
oh man,
what would it be? What would it be in that sing-leaf cocktail?
A sing-leaf, like an alcoholic cocktail?
Yeah.
Oh man. A sing-leaf cocktail would have I think it would be maybe like a mint julep sort of thing, like a whiskey, a little sweetness, some sort of leaf crushed within it for the vapors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be like really interesting to taste.
What is the Jordan Borg drink?
Cocktail. Well, I'm a bit of a cheap cunt. Oh, we can't swear in this one. So, I'm pretty cheap. So I feel like it would just be, do you have Goon there?
Goon?
You know what goon is?
Goon? No.
It's like, we call it goon because it's in a goon sack. It's like wine in the boxed wine. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
And so what mine would be is just half goon, half Red Bull, or you can get the flavored Red Bull.
You
I
make
normally
Red
go.
Bull and wine?
Yeah,
You drink that?
yeah.
You're
It's real delicious.
yeah. I like
It's actually delicious.
Red Bull and
Yeah,
like a white wine.
yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. Like the fruity Lexia kind of ones. And watermelon, I've also had. You guys have Mother there?
Mother?
Yeah, the Mother energy drink.
No. Mother.
You don't have that?
Mother?
I'm sure you would have something like that.
We have Red Bull. We have
Red Bull. Do you have Monster?
Monster, yes.
Yeah. Well, like, you know how they have the different flavors and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The tropical ones go so well. It's like you feel like you're in the Bahamas or something. I mean, I've never been to the Bahamas, but I think I imagine it.
Goon and Mother.
Or any type of, I mostly go with Mother. But any type of that, it's delicious.
When I was younger, when I first started going to bars when I was around 19, we would wear suit jackets and we'd have a goon. Is that what I would say? A bag of wine on the inside of the suit jacket. So you'd order a drink, you'd drink it, and then you just fill up your glass with wine. And so,
what? That is so good.
So you just buy one drink and then you just have the wine in your suit. Yeah.
I wear suits all the time and I've never known that hack.
That was the hack.
I never knew about that.
You had no money when you're like, we could start going to bars here at 19. So you'd have your goon sack.
That is so good. And you've never got caught.
No, I don't think I ever was caught doing that. No.
Wow, I've got to try it.
It was when my youth in Guelph, Ontario, the Jimmy Jazz bar. Yeah.
The Jimmy Jazz bar. Well, that sounds cool.
Jimmy Jazz, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would be my cocktail. So not that great, but I love it. It's delicious. Okay. Got to give it a go. But I'll tell you, one time I was having a couple and I started sweating.
Okay.
So I think it's a bit deadly. So I don't know.
Caffeine.
Yeah. I think it was recycling my body. But yeah, that was a bit weird. So my next question is, what made you choose animation for these videos? What made you think of...
It wouldn't be my first instinct, and I think that was why it made sense to me, that it wasn't what I would have first think of. It's like almost like, would this work? Let's see if it works. And I think it does work really well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Were you worried it wouldn't? Were you thinking, shit, what if it doesn't?
No. But it's kind of like, it's a process of like letting go control, and I think years ago I was more wanted to have every aspect like coming from me almost, you know what I mean? Whereas now it's more exciting to me to just kind of let things grow on their own, or like give things to somebody to build on or change, and see how what results from that. Like it's more interesting to me.
Because, I was kind of the same. Because I've only ever really worked for punk or rock music, especially in Australia, like in the here in the scene here, it's mostly is that. Right. I mean, to a lot of the gigs I go to, it's only really punk, alternative, or rock. Mm-hmm. And so, when I first was shown your music to work for you, I was thinking, I don't know even if this would work, but I was excited to give it a go because it was experimental for me, I think. Because it was a time when I could literally forget everything I've learned and done. Because everything I learned, I've always only learned for myself. I've never had a teacher or anything like that. But my self-learning, like everything was fast, always fast. I always got to punch you in the face when you make something. You know what I mean? Mm. And when I was thinking like, this is going to be completely new, I don't want to punch anyone in the face. This is a good, nice music. That's, and I've got to adapt to that. And yeah, it was going to be a new challenge, and I think that was but it worked out really well in the end.
I don't know, like the faces that you draw, they're cute, but they're also like slightly menacing as well.
I know.
It is a
I
definite
know.
kind of like jarring, like acid quality to some of the pictures, right?
Well, that's what I kind of go for, because I kind of picture that all of my characters are not well in the head.
Right.
And I even when I draw someone who looks cute or nice, I'm just like, they don't even look that cute and nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's in the eyes, and in, you know, I always am thinking like, I don't just think about characters as one-sided. I think about them with a lot more.
Do you have an idea of doing like a cartoon? Do you have
Definitely
like to have sort of a narrative that and create sort of a world, or maybe you've already sort of started building that?
Well, I've definitely thought about it, you know, and I went to film school,
Right on.
and like a lot of the lecturers, they really liked my work, and they were being like, you know, I never really got the opportunity because I was supposed to do it this year, but then COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was, you know, they were going to help me make a pilot actually to send off to like streamers and stuff.
Okay.
And I've always just thought like that's obviously the end game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think I needed a bit more time to put more stuff together anyway. So it was probably a bit of a blessing that I, you know, didn't start that too early.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm more about getting everything together and then making what I really want to make, you know. And I don't want to just make some random, you know, thing that's already been done before, like, you know, a family, or like, you know, I don't want to do that. You know, like something more like, I don't know, different.
Yeah.
For sure. But, you know, that's the end game. I'm not, you know, I could be 50 before that happens or something like that. I mean, you know, if the world's still around, you know, I never know these days. Like literally, I never know what's going to happen. So
It's been so bizarre. Like this whole year has it's moved so quickly, and you just feel completely unmoored. And like in my situation, having left like a big city and coming to a very small rural community, even pre-COVID, that was weird. That was a shakeup for me, having lived in like a huge city and then suddenly being out in the country. And then like 2 weeks later, it was like, here comes like a pandemic and you're not allowed to see people. And then there's
right.
great distance all of a sudden that I think everyone's kind of experiencing, where it's like everybody's kind of going inward a little bit now, you know. And,
yeah.
which is maybe good in some respects. And I think, you know, for somebody like yourself, like a creative person, like to go in and have time to work and hone your craft, like that's a possible upside of the weirdness, right?
Once I've had the time to actually just sit down and just, you know, practice and make my characters keep going, I've just like fully fallen into my style properly. And I think coming out of this, I feel like a lot better off, because I had the time to sit down and not just go.
Yeah.
You know, because that was like my, you know, I was working full-time hours and then going to uni and then having to do all of this. And I was just like, I needed that break. So it's been awesome actually. But at the same time, I'm a social person. So it's like, I really want to go and see people. I'd love that. You know, that's me.
I'm enjoying seeing you. Because we've talked on the phone, but we've never
seen face to face. Well, that's the thing, you know, it would be good when you eventually come down on tour, and I'd love to come up to Canada. I've never been overseas ever in my life, so never.
Yeah. You should come.
So, well, I'd love to see the snow at one point, you know, because we have snow here, but it's like it's not the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wanted to go to America, but then I'm just like, should I even test that water? I mean, it just looks pretty hectic right now.
It's strange. Like I've always loved traveling through America, but now, like I don't know what the border's going to be like now, because you know, it used to be, you know, you could just drive over with a Canadian passport. It was never too difficult to get across. But now, like even prior to this, they were asking all sorts of. With Trump, it tightened up. You know, like if if you admitted to ever smoking weed, then you could be banned from the States for life.
What? But that's legal there, isn't it?
In certain states, yeah, it's legal,
Oh,
and it's legal in Canada. But like when it became legal in Canada, they were like hooking people at the border when you're going through to the American side, and they'd be like, "Have you ever used marijuana in your life?" And people would say like, "Yeah," and they'd be like, "Okay, yeah, you're banned from the States," and they wouldn't
but
let
if
you.
it's legal there,
In certain places in the States, it is legal. It was just like this, and people were just getting like fooled. It's like,
that's crazy.
yeah, the border just became like a little bit more tense to cross. Like I don't. The last time I went down to the States was maybe, I guess it was about 2 years ago. We drove down into New Jersey, me and my wife. Her
Okay.
her mother is from Brooklyn. Her mother was born in Brooklyn, so the family's all around New York and New Jersey. So we would visit her uncle down there, and yeah, it was. Even they like living there. They're trying to figure out how to get to Canada. you know,
Really?
is there a way to get up to Canada? Because there's a tension to the States now. There's a tension everywhere, but I think it's very heightened and very um, more, I don't know, visceral in the States. Like you can feel it. You could feel it prior to this, and I think right now, like when we speak to them, it's like people are really on edge.
Just yeah, it seems. Well, I'll be from well, a lot of people I speak to here, from our point of view, it looks like a place you just don't want to be. Especially from here, from what I'm hearing, and people are just like, yeah, nah, screw that. Go somewhere nicer. And I think Canada would be really nice, actually. Yeah, like, where's the WWE at?
The what?
The WWE?
What, like wrestling?
WrestleMania?
Is that?
Isn't WWE ran out of Canada or not?
No,
Am I wrong?
that's an American thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was the Canadian thing.
There's people wrestling in Canada for sure. And when I was a child, like I was watching that. It used to be called WWF. That was when I was a boy.
It changed to me it changed to E when I was watching it. So,
that's how you date yourself. Did you watch WWF or WWE? That's dividing lines. I know you're old, man. You're with the WWF.
I used to be obsessed with it when I was a kid. I was obsessed with it.
So was I. I really was. I had an uncle who I don't think my parents even really liked, but he used to give me like the magazines and we would watch it. And I get hyped up with that uncle, you know?
Yeah. Well, I used to collect the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're here, like, how they have like that Pokemon stuff.
Yeah.
They had the WWE version of that, and you would just and you had to get the silver or the gold. They're rare,
Really? And who was your favorite?
So, yeah. My favorite wrestler?
Yeah.
Well, I liked Undertaker. But I also...
what was his guy? Remember the guy who had
Mick Foley?
No, he'd carry the urn. Undertaker's like Hitler. Do you remember the guy with the?
Oh, Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer.
Yeah, Paul Bearer.
Yeah. Yeah, but he died in it
recently, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, even in WWE, he had a heart attack.
The character did. Or the man did.
The character on stage, he died on stage. Like the character.
And then the man died later.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I didn't know that. That's sad. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
But I mean, Canada,
well,
there's lots of Canada I haven't seen. West Coast, you go to BC, like it's a completely different world out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm the same with Australia. I mean, I haven't been all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big. What are you saying? I mean, I've never been to the desert either. So.
Right.
Well, you would probably think that we have a lot of that.
That's
the outback and whatnot.
That's the image that's in my mind. Just
really
snakes and scorpions and.
Oh, I've seen a lot of snakes in my life.
Yeah.
You don't have snakes?
Oh, we got snakes. Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah.
We don't have a lot of poisonous snakes. I feel like
we get the brown snakes.
Okay.
They're very deadly. The king brown.
King brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've seen them in person, and you just, because they're so fast, they're faster than human.
Mm.
So if they catch you and they're intimidated by it and they want to, you're gone. Because literally, the venom, it just works like within like 20 minutes.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, so you got to really watch it. Yeah.
I really can't wait to get down there to see you.
Yeah.
And the King
It'd
Brown.
be, I mean, yeah, sorry to just, rain on your parade.
Faster than you, and the venom is instant. When are you there?
Shit, okay. Scratch that. No, well, my dad used to own a lawn mowing business, and so I used to go lawn mowing with him a lot.
Yeah.
And we would just find them, like, pick up a tub or something. They'd just be there. He's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that is not the way to go. I don't want to go like that. You know what I mean?
I follow. Is brown cardigan a thing? That's like a
yeah, that's a huge thing here.
Yeah, and so
that is huge.
That is kind of what I know is just sort of what they post. That sort of the swooping birds.
Yeah, that's the new thing now because it's the season of it.
Yeah, that's what.
It's not good.
Yeah, these birds.
You know, even you have magpies as well, though.
I don't.
But you don't have magpies.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm going to sound stupid if we do, but I don't think we do. Well, I think my country internet is starting to go unstable on me right now. I'm getting that message. Are you?
Yeah, it just went a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went a bit undone, but it's fine now.
Okay. We should probably call it pretty soon.
Yeah.
I feel like I thought that people would be watching this.
Do you is there anything else we should is there anything else you wanted to know, or
no?
Nothing else. Okay.
I think we did the job. I think we've done it.
I think it was good. I think it was, yeah.